everybody and welcome back to my channel, Adele with Love. It's good to see you. If it's your first time here, then welcome. I hope you enjoy the video, and if you do, then you can subscribe, you can like, you can comment, you know the drill. Today I just wanted to do a coffee kind of informal chatty video because I do like my coffee. I've already got my cup. I hope you've got a cup as well, or tea or lemonade or juice, whatever it is that you like to drink. I enjoy these videos, you know, chatty, and even if it's just someone doing the makeup and chatting. So yeah, so I want to do a few of these, you know, on a regular basis, just picking a topic to start off with and seeing where it goes. I thought the best place to start with the first coffee chat would be talking about YouTube, the YouTube community, and a little bit more on the downsides of YouTube. Because I am still new to this and I do love YouTube, so I thought, why not make my first coffee chat about that? We'll just see how it goes, you know. There's a lot to discuss. I have got a bit of a sore throat going on, so excuse me if I don't sound as like my normal voice. I'm struggling. Where to begin? Well, I thought I would start this off just with what's been going on with YouTube lately, in the YouTubers that I follow anyway. A few people have probably touched on this, I'm not really sure, but there was a big kind of to-who recently with regards to Zoella posting a Snapchat in bed, just her pajamas. She had a top on and some like underwear, Calvin Klein underwear, and suddenly it was newsworthy apparently. A few people reported on it, the Daily Mail, the Sun, and we all know how great the Sun is, don't we? Sarcasm, guys, sarcasm. There was just all this kind of talk about the fact that she was posted a Snapchat where she had underwear on. I mean, you could barely see it for a start. And there was just a lot of talk like she's trying to be more edgy, she's trying to get more fans, and all of this chatter. I mean, I am a fan of Zoe's, and I did see, I actually saw that Snapchat when she posted it and barely batted an eyelid. I did think, damn, she's got a good figure, but other than that, I wasn't like, oh my god, Zoe's in her underwear, because she was in her pajamas. This kind of broke out. I was surprised and yet not surprised, to be honest. Zoe's a 26-year-old woman, and yes, she has a lot of followers, and yes, they are teenagers, but she was in her pajamas, and it's not like she did a YouTube video in her underwear, you know what I mean? She was on her Snapchat, which is more informal, and it's just like instant what you're up to. I just think the hate towards that kind of thing from those media outlets was more about YouTube as a whole rather than just Zoe's channel. Yes, she does have a lot of followers, so she's an easy target, I guess. But all I see, and I see a lot in the media of people leaving comments on stories about YouTubers and bloggers saying that it's not a real job and it's just a phase and they shouldn't be paid to do that kind of thing, and all of this negativity. And if the media do run articles about the bigger YouTubers, it always includes what they earn or an estimate of what they earn. And I just think you don't do that for half of the other people. You don't do that for celebrities or actors or actresses who are paid a lot. And the reason they are is because they bring people into the cinema, the movie theatre, however you want to say it. They obviously sell records and stuff, so they're entertaining people, and YouTubers entertain as well. I mean, I could go on and on about why I love YouTube, but it is entertainment for me, and as I said in a previous video, I pretty much just watch YouTube or Netflix if I do watch TV, and I find them both equally entertaining. And yes, it might sound strange to say that watching somebody put on their makeup is something you do spend your time doing, but if that's what you enjoy, then enjoy it. I just think that this whole attack on Zoe was ridiculous and more of an attack on the community as a whole. And I just think people need to kind of get over the fact that bloggers and YouTubers are doing this full time. Most people, I think, started it as a hobby, and it is a great hobby. It's fun. It's hard work, but obviously it is fun, otherwise you wouldn't do it. And if you've turned a hobby into a career, then well done. It's like, if you can be an entrepreneur, then why not do that? I know for me personally, I've been in jobs that I've really hated, and it sucks the life out of you. It really does. You're not happy, you're constantly stressed, and you just don't feel like yourself. And for the longest time I've thought that rather than choosing a career, I would have to kind of create my own. I really do believe that, because the jobs that I've had, majority of them have been good, but I don't have a passion for it. That is something I want to work on, is finding something that works for me, that is sustainable, that is a benefit as well, and doing that, because life is way too short to be miserable. I'm only 26, so that pension is a long way away, folks, and I want to be sure that I'm happy in what I do, because work is what you spend most of your time doing. In terms of hate towards YouTubers and bloggers alike, I just think it's time to move on. Yes, there are people who start channels to be famous, or yes, there are people who start channels to try and make a quick buck, but I think most YouTubers will tell you that those people will soon disappear. The ones that are looking to do it for that reason, and that reason alone. Obviously, if you can make money from it, then that's a plus, but you have to actually enjoy it, and you have to put some effort in, because I've looked at YouTube videos and never subscribed to people because it just seems half-assed, to be frank. And then the people that I do consistently watch are the ones who are just that, you know, they're consistent, they're entertaining, and they're original for the most part as well. Obviously there's some crossover, obviously there's a bit of crossover with certain things, especially the beauty fashion kind of ones, but what separates the ones that I watch regularly from the ones I occasionally watch is the dedication and the content that they're producing. I have gone on and on and on about my love of Victoria McGrath in the Fro, but she is the best example of that, because yes, there are other people who do unboxings and hauls and tutorials, but with Victoria, she puts 100% into everything she does, and that's why she inspires me all of the time with my blog and my YouTube channel. She's one of the reasons I started a YouTube channel. I continue to look to her as an inspiration. I mean, she actually posted a video recently, and it just kind of shook me up to step it up again with my blog and my channel. And don't get me wrong, I'm constantly thinking about what my next video is going to be and how I can make it different, and what I, as a viewer and a lover of YouTube, would want to see. And I'm like the cogs are always turning in my head for my blog and for that. And seeing Victoria, it just continues to inspire me. And obviously she's more than just a blogger. She's got experience, she's incredibly dedicated from what I've seen. She's intelligent, she has a PhD, she's just superwoman when it comes to bloggers, I think. So to see her work ethic and see what she does and see how she works hard day in, day out, to say that that's not a real job, it is kind of like a slap in the face to people like that. These kind of channels, they do encourage you to be more than what sometimes society tells you to, because even now most people will just say the routine is go to school, go to college or university, get a degree, get a job, work, retire. And not everybody wants to do that. Not everybody likes school. Not everybody can go to university. I'm not saying kids should aspire to be full-time YouTubers and that's it, and just make videos. But if it can encourage people to be an entrepreneur or get a hobby or work on several things and work on themselves and getting to know themselves, then what's the harm, you know? Like, I've seen a few children like creating YouTube channels. I don't really feel great about that. In terms of children now saying that I want to be a YouTuber when I grow up, the same as saying I want to be a footballer or a singer or an actress, it's not something that happens easily, and there's a lot of hard work that goes into it, and partly I think just luck as well. I'm sure for every successful YouTuber there are 20 YouTubers with very little subscribers who deserve more, who deserve to see a lot more growth, and it just doesn't happen no matter how hard they work. So, and that's just life. Life is not fair sometimes. But I don't think YouTubers and bloggers as a whole deserve the intense criticism that they seem to get on a regular basis, particularly with how much they earn. You know, I can't see Zoella or whoever being on YouTube when she's 50, you know? So she's being an entrepreneur, and she's putting herself out there and using her likes, her interests and her skills to create products that her fans will enjoy and to set her up for the future, which, fair play. I don't see that as a bad thing, because if you've got an opportunity, then you should make the most of it and think about the future and constantly be thinking ahead. I would like to say I have a 10-year plan or a 5-year plan for my life. I don't currently, because it is so up in the air. I'm not in a job that I see myself in forever, but at the same time I've had a long think about other possible careers, and I haven't really found it yet. As I said, I want to kind of create my own career somehow. But emphasis on how much people get paid, it just gets boring. And I think we all know that bigger YouTubers earn a big amount of money, and you may not think it's worth the money that they're paid, but other people do, because they're clearly still subscribing and still watching. I mean, Zoella's hit 10 million subscribers and it's still going up, so she'll probably hit 11 million, 12 million. So it's one thing if she hit 8 million and it started depleting and suddenly it was back to 5 million, then yeah, obviously something's not working anymore and people aren't enjoying her content anymore, but she's still gaining subscribers, not losing subscribers, so that is a successful thing. It's absolutely fair enough. Is it too much money? Maybe, but you're not going to turn it down. And I think if anybody else was in a situation where they had an opportunity to earn more money doing something they really, really love and enjoy, then they would do it. And I know I would. Along with the kind of talk, why do I sound like I've got a cold all of a sudden? Along with the sort of kind of comments or coverage of how much people are paid on YouTube, you also see a lot of haters and negativity towards them on their actual channels or blog posts as well. Again, not to harp on about In The Fro, but she's my go-to girl. Channels like In The Fro or Lydia Elise Millen, who use high-end products or fashion. They like the kind of higher end brands. They do get a lot of hate, and I just don't understand why people take the time to write hateful comments. It's such a waste of time. I am a vegetarian, but I see a lot of vegans and vegetarians commenting about the brands that they use, testing on animals or certain products, if it's real leather, etc. And people writing really nasty comments about that. I've spoken about the fact that I like to use cruelty-free brands. I'm still learning which ones are and which ones aren't, but it's something that I've chosen to do because for me personally, I don't like the idea of animals suffering for a pretty lipstick. It's just, I love beauty and everything, but it's not worth an animal's pain. But not everybody feels that way, not everybody cares. And yes, it is kind of annoying that you wouldn't want to use cruelty-free, because if you've got basically the same product and one of them was using harm and the other one wasn't, then it seems like a given to me to choose that one. But at the same time, that is exactly that. It's a choice. No one's really attacked me for being a vegetarian, you know, because there are a lot of meat eaters. Most of my friends, most of my family are meat eaters. They're respectful of the fact that I have chosen to not eat meat or fish. And yes, if someone's doing something that you don't believe in and you think is wrong, sometimes it might be hard to bite your tongue, but when it's hate, pure hateful comments, I just think that's the wrong way to go anyway. Hate never solves anything. And if somebody commented on my blog or my channel telling me to eat a burger or listing everything what's wrong with vegetarianism, that would just spur me on more to still be a vegetarian. Whereas if somebody made an intelligent comment and said, you know, I understand that you're a vegetarian, but just to inform you, blah blah blah, I wouldn't change my mind, but at least it's an intelligent comment and it's rather a discussion instead of just hate. But you get my point. Like, I just think a discussion is far better than an attack, because hate just spurs on more hate. So I also think, you know, in terms of YouTube, there are a lot of benefits, but those kind of hateful things that you see all the time, it just gets really frustrating. And yes, it may sound strange that as somebody who wants to use cruelty-free products, and as somebody who is a vegetarian, would watch channels like In The Fro or Lydia, because they do use a lot of luxury brands that aren't cruelty-free at all, and fully admit that use like lambskin for their bags or whatever. The thing is, it's their choice. Quite frankly, it's their money as well that they're choosing to buy whatever they want to buy, and it's their life. So, but I'm not gonna not watch the channel just because we don't have the same beliefs, I guess, or we don't agree on the same kind of things, because they are really entertaining, hardworking people from what I've seen, and that's why I enjoy their content on their blogs. And, you know, different strokes for different folks. You know, if we were all the same, then life would be very boring. Hatefulness, it just really annoys me, because there's also that website, I don't know if you're aware of it. It begins with a G. I've totally forgotten what the website's called. Oh my god. But it's like a haters.com for bloggers and YouTube and stuff, and they literally have like each YouTuber's name and then a forum for everything that they hate about this person. It's really lame. Oh, what is it called? Help me out in the comments, because I can't remember what it's called, but it's just like a really crazy website. Is it Guru? I don't know. But yeah, the hatefulness, I just think, come on, get it together and just stop. I don't really want to end on the kind of hateful comments website, so I will say this. I think there's a lot more to give on YouTube, and yes, there are some generic channels out there that do the exact same things and do the exact same kind of videos, but there is also a lot of creativity left to be done and originality, and I'm excited to see where this channel is going to be by the end of the year. I'm excited to celebrate 1 year of blogging, and just to see what the future holds and what career I develop. But YouTube is something I love and will continue to love and support. I hope that you will too. If you enjoyed this video, then please give it a thumbs up, a big like, leave a comment down below, get involved, let's discuss what I've talked about today, whether you agree or disagree. I'm all ears for what your thoughts are. So my coffee's finished. I guess I will end the video here. Thank you again for watching, and I'll see you very soon. I'm gonna go and soothe my throat with some Lemsip and a tablet. Bye!